but you ain't no baller nowhere, Ty.
Look, I'm gonna pick you up some Chick-fil-A on my way home. I know I don't say it enough, Roman, but I love you, man. All right, look, I'll see you when I get back to the house. Later.
Can you get a better round of applause than that?
I want to take deep breath, decompress real quick. Inhale. Get out. I feel like, oh no, I can't talk to nobody, and just all that builds up and pressure busts pipes, and you see what happens. So we're gonna pass it to Wayne, and he's gonna break it down.
So we gotta have a mental health talk here, right? We just watched a film about suicide awareness, and we have to be able to recognize the signs of potential suicide. Now, suicide usually comes along with a state of depression sometimes. One sign is when you see that loved one, when they're not passionate or when they don't find joy or they're not doing the things that usually make them feel happy, when they're not doing it and when they're not finding joy in that. For example, a young man who loves to paint, and all of a sudden he just stops painting.
And I hope you got a glimpse of his pain, the Father's pain. You know, hurt people, but heal people can heal people, right? So we're hoping that this is a balm of sorts before it's too late. Before it's too late, to really take stock of the relationships that you have with those around you, and let this film be motivation for that, because it is heroin. You know, we just, the last group said, you know, they wanted to see more. And I think Huey did a brilliant job by letting your imagination run wild. Your imagination can inform you on what would you do when you went home after something like that, to something like that. So I think that's more powerful than anything we can put on film. To Huey's point, it's the conversation stuff.
Here's where a lot of times we don't take the time to identify who is our support. So when we have a mental health crisis, an emotional breakdown, we're just jumping all over the place. You want to write it down. When you write things down, you bring it into this reality. Y'all say it with me. When you write things down, you bring it into this reality. It becomes real in this world. So you want to write down the people who you can call, the people who you can depend on when it comes to your support group. So with all that said, take this information and utilize it. And this film, just like the title, you don't wait before it's too late. Because each and every one of us have the power to save that loved one before it's too late.
Right. When you say, what would you do if you seen two YNs, or what you would call a YN, going at it? And I experienced this right at Star Park. Little boy, he was heated. He's known as but two little boys, they were arguing back and forth. And he was like, man, you just keep talking, you keep saying stuff. But when I see you, you this and that. And we have so much anger and build up, and you don't know what's going on in their home. So I was like, is it really worth it? And he was like, no, you're right, man. You're right. I'm gonna listen to you. He smacked them, but then he walked away. But just imagine, if I didn't say anything, how much more would he have took it to improve his point? Like, I'm not scared of you. And it was a crowd of people around it.
It starts with a feeling. That feeling builds your character. That character tells your story. You have to love yourself. That's the first feeling. Love yourself. Understand that you are valuable. And you are divinely created. We talked about a higher power. Nobody in this film had a higher power. That young boy didn't have nobody to go to above himself, something greater than himself. So we have to create that relationship before it's too late. Because we're worshiping at the altar of technology. And technology will not be there in those moments of need. It'll answer you how to get to the mall. or what to do in the next, how to finish this chapter. But when it comes to human feelings, you need a human connection. And that's what these mentors, these mental health advocates are for. Do it before it's too late. Don't be that bullfrog in the boiling water. Wait till it's too hot to get out. But we have to strengthen our community. And it starts with exactly what you all just did. We are organizing ourselves through restoration education. And that's what you all are doing. Restoring pride, health, and wealth. Pride first. Because without pride, we can't achieve anything. So this aggregation and all the things that we do today are part of the restoration movement. So this warms my heart. And y'all definitely get together and make it happen. Because remember, we talk about it, but it's time to be about it. That's it. It's time to be about it. All right. Thank y'all so much.
As we get older, we learn more about ourselves. And I know a lot of us know we don't, I don't know, we might not be in tune with the right outlets to be able to channel that energy. So we're not, doing something we got no business doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful that God put on my path to dabble in the art. You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely allows me to I guess speak from that voice that might otherwise be suppressed by any and everything. You know what I'm saying? So might only live up here and now I can find a way to put it on the page and sit with it and ask myself, what is it? What is it make me feel? What do I think I see in it? You know what I'm saying? That just kind of fits my vibe as a person. So, it keeps me out of trouble though. I think that's the most important part. I ain't out here doing a bunch of stuff that I feel doing. Because I'm painting, I'm doing artistic stuff. It's definitely saying my life is definitely giving me a space to heal my own trauma and depression and all that good, great stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm thankful to be here. So you scan this right here. It's going to give you a form, and we can take care of you with us. The street station that the involved out here, we take care of Clayton, Faith, and Henry County. We're going to take care of that right there for you. When you showing up today, y'all get up there. You showing up today.